After the success of films that Bob Chapek greenlit, like Deadpool and Wolverine, there was a rumor going around that Marvel and all of Disney's properties were fixed. Maybe even the creative engine of the company is functioning as it did in 2019. That's what Bob Iger would have you think. But from a string of flops, including the recent Fantastic Four, which is getting beat by not only Superman, but Jurassic World Rebirth, it looks like Disney is a flop factory with mitigated success every now and then. Let's talk about that on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, a guy from That Park Place, and here with me is not only Mr. Vash Guy, but also theme park aficionado, Mr. WDW Pro.
Heyo!
How you doing, guys?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for having me, Jonas. To be a little fly on the wall there between a conversation between Pro and Jonas. Well, that's really something right there. So thank you so much for dragging me along.
It's a jolly holiday with Vash Sky.
We're dragging you along just like the Fantastic Four is now being dragged into the MCU. Let's talk about this article from That Park Place. It says it's VIP. Actually, I'm just in the VIP section here. This is an article that is available for all over on thatparkplace.com. Fantastic Four projected to become Marvel's third flop of 2025, making 6 of 7 MCU films box office losers. This by WDW Pro, and coming out August 4th. That's Monday, if you are keeping track at home. Pro, you have written this article. Would you like me to read your words, or would you like to tell me what are the 3 films this year that flopped?
Well, let's run through them real quick. Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and the Not So Fantastic Four. That's your 3, but folks, that's not all, because Marvel has been on a string. They don't want you to count the Eternals. They don't want you to count Black Widow. They don't want you to count Shang-Chi. They want you to believe that because those are quote-unquote pandemic-era movies, unquote, that they don't count. But the Marvels must, right? The Marvels has to count, and Ant-Man Quantumania has to count. It turns out that if you start looking at the track record for Marvel, especially Disney Marvel, not Sony Marvel, things are not going well whatsoever. It's a complete collapse in the superhero genre. But I don't believe it's superhero fatigue. I think it is a decision that Marvel made. They told us they were going to make it. They chided us for not liking that they were going to change it. Remember, they said they were going to do all of these things to fix Phase 4 because Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, they were just too much into the patriarchy. They were just too pale. They were going to fix it all. And, well, Kevin Feige seems to not know what the heck he's doing.
There's an interesting theory here, considering that I think Fantastic Four has shown that the MCU is headed in the right direction, right, Pro? It's a return to form, right?
Oh, I'm sure. If the form is barely make $500 million
right
off of a budget that requires $600 to $700 million, sure.
Yeah, and you'll all have to forgive my slight sarcasm there. Having watched Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts, and also Fantastic Four: First Steps, I gotta say, it's funny to me that Thunderbolts is probably the best one of them all. Vash, have you seen all 3 of these movies?
Yes, I have. I was fortunate enough to see, maybe unfortunate enough, actually, now that I think about it, to see Thunderbolts, Captain America, Brave New World, and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, I think, might be the best of the bunch right there. But unfortunately, the mediocrity has really pulled down the MCU and the enthusiasm for it. I mean, we're seeing constant refrain from people on social media saying, you know what, MCU may not be for me, because we've just had a string of really mediocre products that have come out, or in some cases just truly awful movies like the Marvels, for example, another MCU fare that just have I think have pushed people away. It's not just homework, because homework can be fun if the project is fun, right? It's just the amount of just crappy product that people don't want to engage with. That's why people are calling it homework, because it's a slog.
Vash, to quote Greta Thunberg, how dare you bring up the box office? You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to bring up viewership. None of that stuff matters anymore. They told you if you don't like it, don't watch it. Everybody did, and now they're mad that you're talking about how few people are catching this stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
and that really damages the flywheel. That damages people's ability to want to go out and maybe to see those characters at Disneyland, as you can see on screen right there, or engage with their merchandise items, or really support this brand in the ways that really Disney highly valued. Box office is one thing, but it's the merchandise, it's the ancillary product that comes out there that really pushes Disney to the forefront in terms of how they can market their product. It's something that they talk about how, hey, Netflix, they can't do the same thing that we can. We can, send our consumer product out there. We can build theme park attractions and so forth without enthusiasm for this brand. It's just, it's a real hole for a product that they originally spent $4 billion for.
right. Well, this is thank you, Vash, for going where I was going to go here. I appreciate you taking that first step in this direction here. And of course, we see the Fantastic Four on screen, or the Temu Fantastic Four.
You leave that 15-year-old Johnny Storm alone, okay? You guys are being too harsh. I got to come in here and liven the place up a little bit of optimism. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that thing right there, Jonas. That's a great costume. Look at him.
It's great as long as you're not expecting the face to move. I'm against face characters of recent films in the parks. It's fine when it's a cartoon character translated into a face character. I'm generally against face characters of people that are still alive, still on screen, of movies, especially with this one. It was a movie that was about to come out. And for some reason, they had this one talking in the park, and the audio is horrible. The thing that I'm wanting to talk about in this video, however, is the fact that they market all of their films in a way. It used to be that no one cared what a Disney film made at the box office. There are so many great classics of the Disney animation catalog that would be categorized as flops, but then became constant merchandising boons for the company as as they build theme park attractions, as they do meet and greets, as they do all kinds of things to monetize that forever. With 6 of these 7 MCU films flopping, and I'm not talking, they spent $150 million and it didn't make its money back. We're talking about productions that could be in the realm of $400 million. I'm talking about Snow White on that side. I know it's not Marvel, but it's essentially the same company across the board. When something like that doesn't make its money back, it speaks to a deeper problem here for the company. The flywheel was actually one of the contentious talking points of the Nelson Peltz proxy battle to try to get someone other than Bob Iger or one of his chosen people on that board. If Marvel is flopping more often than not, and not just, 4 flops and 3 hits, but more like 6 flops and 1 hit, what does this mean for Marvel as a theme park property for Disney?
Well, let's try this out, Jonas. Think about it this way. What has been new from Disney that they can use to drive people to their parks? So Lilo and Stitch was big, but Lilo and Stitch is, it's already there. You can already go meet Lilo and Stitch. They've been there for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, however long it's been since the original. So nothing there unless they want to rebuild the stitching counter over at Tomorrowland for Walt Disney World. I don't think they're going to do that. But so what else is there? I guess you could say King of the Hill, which just launched on Hulu. Maybe they can build Arlen. Maybe that's the next big expansion. Let's get Arlen, Texas, and some ride based on propane coming to Hollywood Studios. Because honestly, is it Elio? No. Has there been anything from Marvel that has driven a product that you can send people to the parks on? No. Is there anything from Star Wars? Of course not. Don't be silly. That's the problem. When nothing Disney is doing new, okay, sequels are fine, but new drives people to the parks because they want to encounter new things related to the new IP that they've never done before. That's not happening.
And we see that problem, bro, really manifesting itself in the form of, look at the franchises that they have chosen for Walt Disney World in the next 3 to 5 years. Monsters, Inc., Cars. These are all things of a bygone era, so to speak, when it comes to the pantheon of different IPs and franchises that Disney or Pixar, in that case, has launched, right? There is nothing new coming to the parks based on the recent successes of either Marvel or any other IP fair that they have.
Vash, do you think John Lasseter's back must be sore at this point?
Yeah, it's just,
I mean, just saddle that man up. I mean, he is carrying the parks with all the old IPs they're stealing from him.
yeah, and not only is he carrying the parks, he's in the parks actually filming more IP based on like Oswald, for example. We covered.
Well, that's
that story
Favreau,
over
not
there.
Lasseter. Different.
Oh, sorry.
Different Johns, but they're both creative.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry about that. I don't even know why I registered that in my brain like that. But no, Lasseter, yeah, his back must be it's getting a little heavy there for sure. But that's the really unfortunate thing about losing Lasseter is because he could have ushered in a really continuation of the era that he originally ushered in with that purchase of Pixar back in 2007. Unfortunately, that just hasn't taken place. But Marvel, think about Marvel, okay? We know that one of the biggest impediments to getting Marvel into Walt Disney World specifically is because of the contract that they have with Comcast, not by choice, by the way, but the fact that only Universal can utilize Marvel within a 250-mile radius, and even that has to get approved. So we have basically a stagnant superhero island over there out of Adventure that can't be moved, can't be adjusted, and Walt Disney World can't use Marvel product themselves unless you get Guardians, and that just gets complicated. But why would you pay for that contract to be negated or broken or whatever if your Marvel product doesn't necessarily justify a purchase price or a transaction or an agreement with Comcast? See, that's the thing. This thing has rippling effects when your franchise is just simply down the vine like they have.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, I'm not sure what the solution is going to be for the Disney company, but I don't think it's going to come from any of their current creative endeavors right now. The only successes that have been under the Marvel name, at the movies at least, have been Spider-Man No Way Home, which was a rehash of, it brought back all of the previous Spider-Men, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, which brought back a bunch of Fox X-Men characters. The only thing that they have left is what they're doing with Doomsday, which appears to be every Marvel character that has ever been in a movie will probably be involved in this, what sounds like it's going to be the most expensive movie ever made. Hopefully, even with inflation, I kind of hope they stop after this one. So,
well, good thing they're only making one of those, hey? Oh, wait.
That's right. How many do you think they're going to make, bro?
Why not a baker's dozen? They're out of ideas anyway.
Yep. Well, we want to throw this to our audience, and I want to know two things. Do you think that there might be a remedy for the Disney flywheel coming around the bend, or is the only thing that Disney has left the Fantastic Four and their soulless little Herbie robot with its black eyes staring into your soul? Let us know in the comment section down below. Of course, hit the like button because it really does help out the channel. And if you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe button for all the news that should be fun.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.